kidnappers that have organized press conference only in Nigeria. Kidnappers, they organized press conference saying that they've released some people. They don't want to see any military in their camp. If not, they will kidnap more. These are bandits. Bandits have the rights to call TV stations, invite radio station, grant a press conference for a country called Nigeria, only in Nigeria. But when you go to other developed countries,
only in Nigeria. But welcome to the Anti-Partisan Network. Before I say anything, I want to ask you a question. Someone will say, over the past years now, African leaders, any year Africa for in general, send the ACI and Yaman Passado, na yakasa who consequences a man. Nina ya we say, you been in saying will be one day. You say you who are just 9 months later. Sadly, we are still. The world is built on a consequential system. Enti me na internet yi so as usual. And I'm a video be ye baby. Send the be I can mean who's a man or home. Almost so almost person who play an active role in politics, social economic issues there. Because Emma who say yes. And yet a member and kwana only serious. A man so serious. We also know Aqua could do the point at which to see I worship a man too much for no reason at all. Into a man omutrimi omode. Or baby aso ya no pa on achieve free on co school bia until language bia oni sports bia but because of certain who you faint na or disrespect a man for left and right. It me normally ya me who to say a man now almost one person who play an active role in life in society here, then I become very happy because it is a merit. ABB now way. So it is something that I should applaud for. At least me who say oh ABB. She's putting something, an effort into something. So whether it succeeds or not, I have to applaud for the person. And only a better thing will be cry, and there's no expecting praises from people. And I won't say people are complaining, say they don't really know why African leaders are behaving like this. Because it's almost as if say there's a lot going on in the continent, but our leaders, they are doing something else. So Nigeria, they are trying to deny the fact that the Muslims are killing the Christians. They are denying it. If in so you know by me at Tanzania, almost so movement president that one, what declare no as a dictator. Your brother Cyrus also me at say in like about 2 or 3 African countries, Niger or Burkina Faso, jihadists for is so they are taking roots in Africa then of course. We as Ghanaians now, we find ourselves in a position whereby we have been enjoying peace for a very long time. Fortunately for us, my name say Christian values na identity and their mat. Yeah, they are banning to kwapa there. You understand? Yeah, they but it's not the same for these African countries that are surrounding us. It is definitely, me assure say, since we have values upon which that our lives are built on, definitely, more similar values. So we have to help them. I do not know how our foreign affairs are conducted, but me assure say it is the same thing that goes, and then the opposite they repel. When you're magnet, this is real life. Until people who like each other, they go together. People who don't like each other, they repel each other, they fight. So maybe I sure say, irrespective of how our society, the status is, definitely we are going to have to choose a side. If it gets to the point where war breaks in Africa, because sentiment in Africa, not Donald Trump and free Abuchi, it means send the troops, Emma me pattern to call Africa. We pride ourselves on this Pan-Africanism theme now. We want to sort of like present to the whole world, say at the papa. But I mean, when they say at the papa, think Pan African or no man and Kasani more in I can see. And I think Hokra and can be busy and can be see more than this because in Kehodnaka several wars near there, they ever starting. We can talk about that one. We can leave that conversation for another time. But right now, I want us to take a look at what our sister is trying to present.
So, African leaders, take this microphone and tell me the color of your problem. Does it change red litmus paper blue or blue litmus paper red? Because me, at this point, I don't understand anything again. Whilst we are on Nigeria, USA sending warning to Nigeria, somewhere in Tanzania, a woman elected is now a dictator, paying people. You know this is a sad gay city, but I am still here to give it to you. So before I even go to the case of Tanzania, Nigeria, I saw a very gentleman. While we are in the midst of all this rough moments, I saw a gentle.
What is a very gentle
woman that is lamenting that bandits, the leader of Boko Haram or whatever, kidnappers, has the power, the audacity to call for a press where a TV station, I'm not in Nigeria, but I want somebody to tell me it's not true that you, a bandit leader, can call a whole TV station for a press conference expressing how to maintain pain. This person should not come to my territory. I want us to do it like this. Let's listen to our own brother.
In case you are wondering what is happening here, these are bandits, kidnappers that have organized press conference only in Nigeria. Kidnappers, they organized press conference saying that they've released some people. They don't want to see any military in their camp. If not, they will kidnap more. These are bandits. Bandits have the rights to call TV stations, invite radio stations, grant a press conference for a country called Nigeria, only in Nigeria. But when you go to other developed countries, this nonsense will not happen. Number one, how do they get their guns? Even the guns they are having, the gun where they hold, who they give them the gun? If not be politicians, they will sit here and say, this imam, this imam, the open imam, they talk, say that Donald Trump should apologize. Now, apologize my foot. When they talk, because you see, when I say Nigeria is not a country, people don't understand. How can a country, Muslim and Muslim president, Muslim vice president, they don't care about.
But if Nigeria for they are trying to resist Donald Trump or the involvement, it makes it very, very suspicious, because it's not as if say they are not killing Christians, they are killing Christians. So what is the problem? Okay, maybe Abeka say the Americans, they have a history of sort of like stealing people's resources whenever they come to their country. On the topic of invasion, South Africa for I think the Nigerians, they are trying to conceive the notion that maybe the Americans are trying to invade their territories, but this doesn't even count as an invasion. People are dying on your watch. One, the government is trying to deny that. I think Tinubu is saying that Christians here. And unfortunately, over the years, journalists and reporters, and yes, Christians are more concerned. Etimia put it together the resources, and Ometimia conduct investigation. And ya confirm say ampa. Nigeria for na de nekwaso omukrom na de ese nka obia outside mama yes ade we ya. Nkombeto na kekum mu saa. Just imagine, since Boko Haram 2019 to 2020, almost started so many omo concept. Nigeria for obia reporting for you. I want to question that. Oma reporter kra Nansia na de na eba be teli. It is no more particular meaning, no more than you said they were don't do. By CCN, Yababinya more evidence, even before, because of the involvement of foreign Christians. So to say, foreign Christians now Muslim. They one person, they want to defend their people. And because of Omuntino, and I feel Yababinya evidence. Even in Okrasto, the Nigerian president is trying to deny this. And his American president say, Obama the troops on a peacekeeping mission. So Omumbra. No one be defending the Christians now. Enka we don't care the Nigeria crown any issue. Should in case say wo perse Christians no me de omo safe nko ade a enka wo de Nigeria na be share. By senior Tinubu ye die. So what you say? A man is suspicious kakra. Because why would you want somebody who is trying to help you? And mind you, say nipa no, say oba, the person doesn't have any stake in your country. It's not like Nigeria for a year, drama, America for part time, and that's almost subordinate and almost proxies. On a different account to program, Nigeria for fraud, America for baby. And to say, Pubiam not will be 1 year, and America for the wasn't committing Nigeria for 1. But in this case, in way, because of said they are Christians in Nigeria, America for us no more pride or more as a Christian country, you know. Now they have a mission to come and like interfere with this. And the Bara or Mobam, it's not like say at the Ponu at the Papa. By me person won't say only a narcissist and as a wo ye ne papa who is a wo ye ne boni. Only a narcissist. Only an like obia on dear was say it will trim ni na kuma we evil. Ono na wo ye ne papa obeka se debi. It is say I don't know two things. Either say Donald Trump and Paul person yo mu boni. And a Tinubu who say or person yo mu boni no so or Donald Trump warning. And I say either say Donald Trump person yo mu papa. And a Tinubu mom na any papa nefo. And a alternate one is a unjai. No matter the development, it will happen. Send your brother Cyrus Khan in 5 years around the corner. Let's continue the video.
Christian.
Africa. You know, you look at all of these things, that is where maybe that is why President Trump sent that caution. Me, I don't know, but maybe. But while we are on that caution, China is also out threatening President Donald Trump that they do not have to base on the issue of human rights and then on the issue of saving people of a particular religion to come and invade the affairs of a particular country. They all have.
Now you see the common mistake Africans you are always making. Say China ako making press conference like I say America for me involvement with the Christian massacre no invasion into Nigeria far to mutrim say invasion. Like still now Africa for any China for that see say you still now we haven't seen no China for no one pass or more gather troops about wow. So me name say omo na no person wudi nka ye na America for di omani mu say dey o omo ye dey jealousy say yeah. But we name the reason why China for community press conference. Akase America for which is not part of China. Ekwa invade Nigeria which is also not part of China. As same way say China for emfa omo ho ba bia and some do ho ba Africa for you be the China for chi it would be to us.
Their own insecurities in their countries, they should deal with them. According to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of China. So this was said by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of China. She, in a press conference, I think yesterday, gave this instruction and warning to USA. The way the thing is going. The way the thing is going. And also, even Chad, that is very close to Nigeria, they are closing their borders on Nigeria because they can see, they can sense some hotness coming. That if you don't take care, if the president of Nigeria do not put things in place, you know, we sense danger. Because we all know that China and USA, they have their differences already. They've been going back and forth. So right now, we are still waiting on President Tinubu to say something. I don't know the strategy that they are going to take to put things in order. What we don't want is war. But please try to protect your people. Security, like, how much is the freedom of your citizens? How much is it that you can't protect them? You have mayors. I know Nigeria, you have mayors, senators, and all of that. We will just have MPs, and then we have police force, that's all, our military, but you know, security is a bit okay. So the president of Nigeria, Ghanaians are begging, we are going through you, do something to protect you. We are not necessarily asking for the aid of foreign countries. Me, I don't buy that idea because I feel like the devil that you know is better than the angel you don't know. I don't know, maybe you have.
Who is the devil and the angel in this case? Because the devil is the Americans. Do we know that they are the devils? They come to your country, they invade you. And who is the angel? Ghana the angel. Oh, your concept.
Your own idea. I always say that we agree to disagree. You can leave what you think in the comment section. Now, straight up, all the way to Tanzania. You know, there have been up and downs in Tanzania ever since they lost their sitting president in 2015, where they had a woman now come to take in place. Let me get you her name. Her name is President Samia Suluhu. That is her name. And ever since 2015, she was doing so well. Very, very well. When she came, they said that some people that they were falsely accused and jailed, she let them go. Some political people that were being, their rights were being infringed on. She did something for the people to see that, yes, right now, we have a leader that is listening to the people. All of a sudden, this woman allegedly is now a dictator to an extent that at a point in time, she totally disabled some social media platforms like X, which was only accessible to some government appointed people, some politicians, that they were using apps like X and all of that, TikTok. Other apps were totally banned from Tanzania, saying that they are sending or they are misinforming the public, people that are not in Tanzania. And you know, Tanzania was set to have their presidential election on 29th October this year, 2025. But what has been happening since the beginning of 2025, January, is that any political party that you do, like recently that MPP was on demonstration, let us express ourselves and things. It happened around April. The same thing happened around April in Tanzania, and allegedly they arrested every single party member that was part of that rally. If you were there, they will arrest you. That's like mass arrest. About 400 people were arrested. Aside that, you see, Ghana, we have MPP, we have NDC. Let me use the MPP as an example because they are now the opposition party. So this woman that was a sitting president and has been re-elected right now, arrested, should I use Baumi as an example? Yes. Arrested the flag bearer. So any opposition party that is a threat to her, she will arrest you. Allegedly. That is what has been happening in Tanzania. Fast forward to Wednesday, last week Wednesday, that's like 29th September. The election went on. Gen Zs and other people, they were on the road and everything.
First of all, I was not planning on even pausing. But the moment I better say, encophobia here, I hear for the Gen Z, man, go. Man, heaven, go. Let's continue.
Testing, no, we will not understand. Right now, are you contesting against yourself? Because we don't have any strong opposition party that is fighting against you. It's more or less like it's just you. So since Wednesday, they've been protesting till today that I am talking to you. And allegedly, through the protest, they've lost about 700 citizens, youths that were on the roads protesting. This woman has unalived them.
Was it unalive? It's unfortunate that 700 people of these protesters are dead. Africa problems. Solving them requires a delicate solution. Like, in other countries, a church on billboards, papers, look, like, Africa, our solution is quite different because, see, we haven't even established our base of understanding, like our mental framework. We haven't even established that to say, what are you going to use as a reference material? Nyansa ben na nanom epegu wa nti se asemba ye betimi akwa refer from apart from ebe ne sa programs na ebubu. Nyansa sembe like story, like moral lessons ben so nti yekofa emrofo ne de ne ba na se yesa so de ba be fight here conflicting issues na ema de ne bebre. You will do the right thing. You will do the right thing, but you might end up being treated as doing the bad thing. Who you protest? Enke enipa kumbe ni. You understand? Enke enipa kumbe enim. This is the reason why I say woko baby. Na say group of people yard. Now to say Gen Z for na ya men ko. Like Gen Z na omo Africa see. They want to adopt the foreign people's way of life, like everything. Into omunim say how are white people and now foreign people ever so approaching political issues? They want to like perform the same thing here. Look, Yatana Ghana say for a long time. I'm out for be organizing demonstrations near that. Like you would do that and she could bracket. Na enukwe masem na west. But in other countries, and kabetimi ayi protest. Ubetimi ayi memenka say protest is effective by its probability say ubetimi ayi protest. I'm an solve problem. Like 40%. South Asia. But in Africa, juma. Obekwa kwa yesa adiwe. I'm trying to you'll be punished for it. And no sanya and I was saying you solve first. And to white people will be no. Maybe need the reason why I hear black people you perceive force na you draw. Our brow more problems now we encounter and perceive encounter. I don't know the reason why black people are not Africans. We want to take the shortcut wheel. I don't know why. Because if you really want to build something complex, then we have to start from the basic. Simple and complex. The difference between them, complex just means under simplification, and simple just means overcomplication. If you want to build something complex, just start from simple and then build on top of it. That is all. By and we are always trying to poke holes, and I say we want to like put holes in history. We want to inconsistent history. Yes, now you're black. Yes, nipa or yeah phone now you're black. No, mama ke kasa ne wano. Some move me ya more nye. You understand? Mamu claiming other people's accomplishment. It doesn't work like that. Yes, I may feel it to say as important. That is the reason why I didn't can give this our first example. And I said, in this world, especially African, they are celebrating about almost achieve and about many merit biya. On course school, on achieve, on your graduate, on your juma, but just because of saying when you're fainting. Yeah, ye prison after any panani my bed. It's the same thing in Africa for say dear. Ye nyashi, and so the BPI claiming my home. And because of sadness, am I 3 months ye feel this a special, but ye nyashi. So, it's because of an intimate. So, Yanka say ya preconceiving some kind of reality via my home. I inconvenience here. So let's continue.
Guys, more than 700 people have allegedly been killed. Guys, I never thought a day would come that I would see a woman be the dictator in Africa. But this president of Tanzania, it's like this woman is crazy. Have you been following all that is happening? More than 700 people have allegedly been killed between Wednesday and now since they started protesting the election they had this Wednesday. This woman, Samia Suluhu Hassan, 65 years old, she started out doing well after they made her president when their former president Magufuli died. She released the journalists that Magufuli had jailed. She allowed press freedom. She released the opposition members that Magufuli had jailed. But then at some point people realized, wait a minute, it's like you can't say anything bad about the president. They realized that people were missing, especially opposition. Anybody that says anything that she doesn't like, people were going missing. They started arresting opposition members. They were jailing people. Young people were being tortured. Political opponents, human rights activists, human rights defenders, and journalists, they started disappearing. And then when people disappear, some of them, they will just see their body surface. Can you imagine? And between last year and now, more than 24 people have disappeared. And then at some point, this woman will shut down the internet, shut down social media, didn't want people using WhatsApp. She barred opposition candidates, by the way, from participating in the election. They literally removed their names from the ballot paper. And the most popular opposition candidate, Tundu Lisu, this woman has jailed him since April of this year. She has put him in prison because he called for electoral reforms. They literally accused this man of treason because he called for electoral reforms. This is an offense punishable by death, by the way. So this woman did not allow the biggest opposition candidates to appear on the ballot paper, and they went for election on Wednesday. People were like, why are we even voting when we know that you are trying so hard to rig this election?
In the protest after the election on 29th, they've come to announce it on 1st. That is just Monday that she won. And you know the margin that she won with? 98%. She got 98% of the votes.
Proper dictator.
And they are asking themselves that, then who are the people outside protesting? About half of the country we are outside, in the youth we are protesting. How did you win? That is their question. And trust me, she has even been sworn in and all of that amidst the protest. That is why I wanted to give African leaders this microphone that explain the color of your problem. Where did we go wrong? Is it a crime to be black? Because one day we were fighting against, our ancestors were fighting against some people that their skin was white.
That is the mistake. That is where the error comes inside. Forgive me for pausing, but I want to say something to you about civil war. Civil war is not started by the people in the country. It is started by the people outside with the people in the country. As you penny be until Kubu, or destroy your country, no, but because of what to border, won't mean Remuntino, not or the spies or the informants, or say, Krumu of one or more, no muticum, nor say, or margin. So, I say, not or say, or margin. In 2 months, when you're bound, not civil war, none to quite a single crew, Ukraine would be more she. When you're bound, also, now Ukru of one or many government in Eko. Is it not the same thing as one Nigeria? And to mean the reason why, black people, you're fat to your say, white people, enemy. They are not our enemy. They are our competitors. If we are tonight one, and you and Kwani woman, your doors. My and fire drain yes all the time we are right. If you want to be right, you have to win. History is dictated by the person who wins. In the Pacono true history, no, or no, they be dictated said in history, the first way the fact. So, who person chair say, one Kwana will be asset, then you have that right to be relaxing. It has been a competition since the beginning of time. Obi a person who resources pan aside. Everybody wants resources to his side. Now, who Africa now what's now resources? So, yama when you bound was no hunyansa. Resources now ma obi because that a conquest dog. Obi a person be conquer no found yama. Obi a person be conquer no found yama. Omomuti anyi no baby omkoko pie no. Omo share new resources. The baby egbe pie your resources pa. Send me can say Yankopon ka say Abraham on fifi no onko into the wilderness. Onko ko sia survivors case na sebe drone and na sebe tribe be no. Omo no easier for no mko. Hwese omomuti omuni asase o asase na omote se nyo omodia o. Yetu omu free baby. Eno mba be suye ho. Omo bae no. Dwetre kakra sa e na Palestine for the kwa attack o. Enne the dia kodu UN aye pap Israel for acha so omo fa acha Palestine for. Aha. Enti Africa for ni tie any ba be pie resources so. Miminim ebia because of anything na my 3 year do. Anything America say miminim ba bia sa mentality na free buy say yenye hwe by your person draw sa conclusion ma ye say ye na ye bibia by ye ni hwe. Yet Ghana anum say you ubonso obi atimi atam sika kwa kosi hotel resort ke CS beach. Enipa dodo say na benya sa sika na dia kosa adam. Ubonsa ne na ma ni akohu internet to say yes Ghana the most beautiful place in Africa. The most wonderful and most easiest place to live in Africa. Yes ahocheni but ahoche wa. It won't say sad that kind of pretend ni fake no ne sa ne ma na ene dia ba bibi ha no say. Tanzania woman na Samira no. Omo president na ono aka so declare no as a dictator no. Meme de sem de fejan say to ho a bi hu ne say ni start here. Ma me Tanzania ba be electing into ba be swearing into office for the first time. Already na previous government and our president no yes anema ni bi o kidnap am for ne sa anema. Ntono me sure said that was a campaign message dia omugina so to ba. Oba no ba be free omunyina. And all freedom of speech near daddy as a back. But maybe sure say over the course of government, because government is easy. What in chair when say easy. Over the course of government and our governing, over discover some few problems here the previous government encountered. And a money like a money a deployer and say we use the same solutions that the previous government near the AUC. Ubetimi akwa kopi obi so nipa kono kanya nsem pa o command crowd obi ati na asem obi anim sa asem na nipa ne kan na de nyansa wo se nipa ne kan asem na sa wo the force ekum nipa na obi andi wachi bio. That is why we call a martyr. Jesus was a martyr, Muhammad was a martyr, or followers, or because of any man not no canteen. And because of say leaders are no more than no omon kan okwe. According to Oman or Niama na these matters Omokan, na and Ukre woman seen Yaman leaders near the Eka. And I also see him say, will be a one kind of cribia, so be started so a kind of cry, or persuade or pursue Ginifrio, because Nipano ever send a plans in now. That is the reason why martyrs, they are so important in the world. Like they are sort of like exemplary. I'm not making things possible. See, nipa no can we say na say nam so ba be kunu a nipa ni nyina nipa na oji your power if you munchen. That is the population from where you draw your power from. They are all going to follow this idea. Ideas do not die. That is how martyrs are born. Ideas, they do not. Ideologies, you can't kill an idea. How will you do that? Won't even first kind of idea. Won't even fight to idea. Ideas, they live forever. And Jesus, Christianity, these are all ideas. And ideas, they are so powerful that they can sort of navigate a person's future. If you are not conscious of this idea, or you do not really understand this idea, I'm sure it might like you might end up doing something quite extreme. So we can see the same thing with these Muslims for now. They are no Mukunkum Christians. It is the idea. The idea is driving them. I don't think they understand the idea behind which these martyrs came to life, like Jesus and Muhammad. Minyesho said they understand what they were trying to preach, because say there was here for Muslim religion you kum nipa, and can you also come here sad? And the first person who started sad also kum nipa. Meso man minti that Muhammad kum nipa. Into more yes, and then yes, is it because do they really understand what Muhammad did, or are they confused? Is this idea twisted and misconstrued for their absorption? So you can see that the latter confirms it. This is what you find ourselves in. You understand? Me sure say, "Mama no go inherit office." Na some problems no. I started APP 11. Nti ho no le beti ase say this is the reason why Ntiama the previous president now all these are anyamna sem and the man no started all those so yibi so tia say nti adele yes out in maybe the minimum I do not know like the accurate account there, but so trust now dream ho government nya dey easy to run, very difficult. So in China wo sha wo be ka say be easy and nipa ko na wo no oil the basa by the fact that it is hard no, it doesn't really mean say you need, like, we don't have people that can do it well. Areas nearby and certain everybody have their own talent. If say leader when you to man and on yadia, definitely we can access someone else who can sort of like take up this mantle of responsibility. And one say from the beginning of the video, make I say Africa for saying yes, live your life. Now him say consequences mana. Sa ignorance ni hypocrisy na him say ehun sunsuanso mana, like ni him say you be cause na atena or then we be living like a consequential free life to the end of the world or what. Until now the consequences are coming. Now you have to make sure that we are ready to face them, because at the end of the year is serious. Like it has become quite serious. If say about point may declare who has a dictator, yeah. So we will end the video here, and I will thank my sister for this this wonderful video. It's a nice video that she's done, and even though I'm a new YouTuber and she has been in the game for quite a long time, I still want to applaud her. I am not in the position to sort of to rank people according to their video performance, but either way, I just want to say it's a wonderful job, and I hope she will continue to make videos as nice as these so that I can, steal some for mine. So this is the Anti-Partisan network, and as usual, common sense shall reign. No matter what, like, let's end here. Thank you. I want to leave some of my conversations for different video. I want to organize discussions. So I hope I get there. So I hope people will support me so that I can get there, because I think that is the only solution. That is the only way we can come up with something that we all agree on, a discussion. And this discussion doesn't have to be of any nature. It has to be of truth. The discussion has to be natural. So that is the reason why all my videos, I do not script them. I just do them all natural. So I make a lot of mistakes. I don't even do a lot editing. I don't do any. I don't know. But so this is the Anti-Partisan network, and subscribe. Thank you, and see you in the next video.